12 years in that division, and they're out.
Hey guys, welcome back to Seadogs Can Fly. Today's a single live com game. We've got the FA Trophy final against Leyton Orient, and before that we're going to have a look at a couple of youngsters who've come on board, as well as how the National League North season finished, because while promotion was almost guaranteed, we didn't quite get over the line in the last episode. Before we jump into the episode itself, please do subscribe if you haven't done so, and click the bell button. That way you will get notified of new episodes as and when they go live. And we're starting on Matthew Platt for a reason. This young man has decided he wants to leave the club. He's our best player, our talisman at the back, 7.55 average rating, so he's going to be dearly missed. I'm loving his physicals, but he wants a big move, and unfortunately we couldn't talk him out of it. We haven't sold him as yet, but he is on the transfer list. That brings me nicely to his replacement, who is another youngster, 18 years old, and we signed him from New Saints. His name's Matthew Wardle, English player, so that's always a bonus, and we only paid £4,500 for him. He'll work well as a ball-playing defender going forward. He's got decent technique and very good passing for this level. We just need to get his vision up. But he's got good all-round ability for a centre-back. Jumping reach is high, aggression, bravery, composure, and determination. All attributes I like to see in a player. He's got bags of potential and he's got a good, professional, ambitious personality. We've also signed a young Norwegian player, Trond Martin Saltella. I think we'll probably call him Trond or Martin. We'll see which one suits his personality best. He is a striker according to my reports, but in my opinion he'll work much better as a left winger playing from ML. We just need to get his pace and acceleration up, as well as his off the ball movement, but I think he looks pretty tasty in those positions. He's only 16, he came on a free transfer and he's been paid absolute peanuts. So to be honest, there's no risk there whatsoever. It's a little bit of a cast out to see what comes back, but I love the fact he's got good decisions, composure, teamwork and vision. At such a young age, they're really good attributes to have, because the physicals will naturally go up and his technicals will hopefully go up with good training as well. Right, let's jump into the schedule, guys, and see how we left the season off. So, last episode, we lost to Norwich in the FA Cup 5th round and beat Altrincham in the league, and to be fair, made very much hard work of it. Well, we came up against our big rivals, third placed York City, and thrashed them away from home 6-0. Some really nice goals in this game. I'll pick out two though. McCall with a wonderful finish there, the left back. Nicely worked from the corner as well. And the second one is actually our final goal. This was Saltella off the bench and assisting nicely for Fonseca, who scored a hat-trick in that game. The next one up was against Southport. This is where we won the title and gained promotion, and it was secured by none other than Jonathan Warburton with this stunning free kick. What a way to send us up. The main man, the guy who's got the most assists and the highest average rating, did the bizzo. We then came up against Barnet in the FA Trophy and made easy work away from home, winning 5-1. Connor Hall was sensational alongside Fonseca, both of them getting a brace, and Lee Hurst with a header. Telford were dispatched 1-0 away from home. Saltella getting his first goal for the club, so that was really, really nice to see. Then we had Barnet in the second leg of the FA Trophy semi. I thought this would be an easy game. We actually made massive hard work of it. Mason Clark scored in the 21st minute, and then when Coulthurst got that 68th minute second goal, I was very nervous. But they left it till the 87th minute before they got their third, and it was too late for them to complete the comeback, sending us through to the final, which we'll see shortly. South Shields were beaten 5-2, another easy win. Fonseca again with a brace, and then we came up against Corley and won 4-0. The first goal coming courtesy of a Hurst free kick. Lacour scoring with his head like he has done so many times this season. And the second goal is a bit fortuitous. Alzaire's shot was saved by the keeper to his left, but Williams with a poacher's finished. Quite unlike him. But the third goal was by far my favourite. Rob Gale picked the ball back up and bent it into the corner. He's been playing deep line playmaker this year and he scored quite a few from the roll. The final goal came from creating havoc from the throw-in before Williams slotted home for his second goal of the game again. We followed this up with a win against Darlington at home, 3-0. Really good victory there. And Gateshead we dispatched another Northern team, 5-2. That was an easy victory away from home. We played a friendly against Annan and won 6-1 just to keep the legs fresh. But that brings us nicely into today's game. Right then, boys, Leyton Orient in the FA Trophy final. They are 5-4 favourites, finished 5th in the National League this season, and they lost to Barnet in the first round of the playoffs. So we'll be playing these guys next season. Up front, their main man is Sotiru. He's very fast, very good dribbling and first touch there, and a determined player at that as well, hard working. On the left wing, they've got Tyreek Wright. He is the biggest threat by far. Very fast, agile, good dribbler with the ball. He'll be problems down the left. And Hap is their captain. He's a tall centre-back, still fairly young at 22, and looks like a tasty little player to me. Magoma as well at central midfield. I recognise that name. Where's he from? Tottenham. Of course he is. Ex-Tottenham product. So anyway, they've got a decent team. Looking at the opposition report, they should be playing a 4-4-2, and they actually play a controlled, retaining possession game, and it's high pressing. So, going to be an interesting match. It could well be end-to-end football here. See who comes out on top. I reckon we're going to stick with Rob Gale in the box-to-box midfield role, just because his physicals have gone quite well recently, and I think we're going to need him shuttling backwards and forwards. I'm going to bring Platt out at centre-back because he's pissed me off recently with his moaning and bitching, and we're going to have Yaffa in instead because his development has been really good this season and I feel like he's got the right mentality for the match. Samba and Lacour on the wings will be good, and I think we'll stick with Ryan Williams up front with that aerial presence. We can always swap him for Connor Hall if I feel the match isn't going to plan. Patrick Blackman, the other wonder kid, he's really disappointed me this season, to be honest, and while he's still got loads of potential, he may not be getting as many starts next season. Right, let's jump into the game itself, guys. Enough dilly-dallying around. So we're not favourites, which means I need to calm the team down a little bit and make sure the pressure is off. So nobody expects us to get a result, just go out there and enjoy playing without any pressure. It's lovely, they all look relaxed. Let's see how the game pans out, shall we? Like I said, they do play with that high pressing and a possession game. It's a really interesting style of play. It's almost like a gegenpress but trying to hold the ball as well. So not many teams can play that, let alone teams in the lower leagues. And Fonseca scored. 39th goal of the season. What a start to the game. We're only 1 minute in and we scored with our first clear-cut chance. Lovely little nod down there. Was that from Warburton? Yeah, it was. Warburton with yet another assist this season, although you can't really credit with an assist there. It's almost like Fonseca should be given the goal and the assist. He worked that chance himself completely, and Traore almost did the same. He's, remember, good dribbler with the ball, so one we're going to have to watch going through the middle. And Gaze, the right back to Alzer, deep line playmaker, switches it out to the wing, comes back to him, and he stands there and does nothing. Lets Traore through, who's in behind, to equalise. Well, we said it'd be end-to-end stuff, didn't we? I'm starting to think that really we should possibly go on to more of a cautious mentality here, and we may even be better served holding our shape a bit, because if they're pressing, then there may be the opportunity to hit that ball in behind if we let them come onto us. Easy save from Sargent. And the ball, see, they're on the counter again, Traore. Flooding with bodies forward. Magoma to Sotiru, and he's offside. I've seen enough, boys. I've seen enough. I'm going to switch to this cautious mentality. And we're just going to tell the lads to regroup and hold the shape. Let's play like this just for a little bit. And I want to see what the difference is. We got very lucky there. We should be 2-1 down. And you know it's like in cup finals. When you lose the impetus, it's very hard to get it back. Looks like I've got a twisted knee for Fonseca, but I'm going to ask him to play through it, I think. Samba. To Alzer. To Fonseca. Nicely worked around. We're playing the patient game here. Samba. Down the wing. Alzer again, the playmaker. Pick out a pass. Gale's got it. He's on to Lacour, to Williams, and it's a beautifully worked goal. Holding the shape and telling the lads just not to press as much and to be a bit more cautious has worked an absolute treat there. Wonderful football, and like we said at the start, and this is how vital it is to realise what the team's going to do during the game, the opposition team that is, the importance of understanding that they were going to play that pressing game has come good there. Gale to Olser again. We're just working the ball around nicely, waiting for our opportunity to get in behind. And this could be it. Lacour. Tengazi the right back. That's it. Just calmly keep working play up. Warburton. God, how many passes is this going to be? I've not even been keeping count. Williams to, oh, that's a beautiful pass, and what a goal. It's like watching Barcelona play. Waiting for that opportunity, and boom, Lacour with his 20th goal of the season. Ryan Williams has played really well today. Tell you what, this holding off instruction might be one to consider for next season. I'm not saying I'm going to change the tactic, because the tactic does work very well, but when we come up against these teams that are going to press us and play a cautious mentality themselves, I think it's well worth considering this approach. Wright can only head over. You see, we had loads of bodies back there to deal with the attack. So the half-time team talk, I think we'll just tell the lads we appreciate the efforts. They have been superb. Fonseca and Williams have been mint all game, and I'm just loving the way we're moving the ball around with the new instructions. My mind is starting to turn to who is going to get which awards for us this season. Obviously, I don't want to be too distracted by the fans' opinion and by the media's opinion, so I think I'll maybe start announcing mine now. I reckon Fonseca is probably going to be player of the season. He scored an unbelievable amount of goals, and we wouldn't be where we are without him. And I think surprise of the season should probably go to Lacour, most likely. Most developed, even though he's not been here that long, could possibly go to Gale. And while I've switched off, we're already into the last 15 minutes of the game, so I'm going to make a couple of quick changes. Let's bring Vrakas on as well. And actually, I won't mind giving Saltella a game in the cup, because Samba's been pretty terrible anyway. Yeah, most improved. I think we'll have to have a quick flick through some of the younger players, see how they've done. Best young player needs to go to, for me, to someone who's no more than 17. So I may even actually consider Gale for that, because I think he's had a fantastic season, despite only joining us partway through the season as well. As Olser could be getting the fourth here. Wow, what a goal that is. Absolutely brilliant. Giacomo Olser with his 9th goal of the season. And do you know what? We're going to watch that back. He ran all the way from his own half on the left wing, cut inside and struck it into the top corner. Sargent could have maybe done better, but that is how you score a goal. Brilliant, brilliant driving run there. And that would suggest he can maybe play the box-to-box midfielder role. Again, something to consider for next season, as the boys celebrate a wonderful performance. 8 shots, 8 of those on target, 2 clear-cut chances, 2 half chances, and we restricted Leyton Orient after changing the instructions. Really good performance there. Well done, lads. That's another FA Trophy victory. 2nd year on the bounce. 2nd year in a row we've won the title as well in our league. You cannot complain at that. Scarborough do the double. Okay, guys, we've got the fans' opinion just in. I've not even read it yet. First of all, I'm going to give you my thoughts. Player of the season, I think, needs to go to Matías Fonseca for his 39 goals and 6 assists. He has been brutal. I'm also going to give him signing of the season, because at 20 years old, he's still young. He can still do a job in the next division, and he's just lethal. Jonathan Warburton was very close second, in fairness, for that award. Surprise of the season for me goes to Stefan Lacour, who managed to get a 7.45 average rating, 20 goals and 14 assists. At 19, he's still got some development to do as well. So from the right wing, I honestly thought Hamilton was going to be preferred over him. He actually got to the point where Hamilton got sold because I didn't feel like we could fit both players in the team. As for best developed player, this is one I've not really thought of, to be honest, but I think it's got to go to either Rob Gale or Daryl McCall. Daryl McCall's come on an absolute ton since joining this season, as you can see there by his development graph. And his attribute graph, look at that. I mean, he's gone up 3 with his acceleration, for God's sake. That's massive. His marking's gone up quite a bit as well. What was that, on 11? It's now up to 13. So, like I say, across the board, he has just gone up an absolute ton. Really, really good to see. So I'm going to give most developed to Daryl McCall. As for best young player, I personally think Rob Gale deserves a little bit of acknowledgement. But let's just double check the average ratings before I make that a proper decision. I think best young player, you've got to go with Jonathan Warburton. He got an average rating of 7.81 in all competitions and got 14 assists from left back. So while he pisses me off because he doesn't develop that much, I do think he deserves the award there. Fans' favourite was Fonseca, so they agree with me. Goal of the season was Warburton. That will have been that free kick that we watched in the other episode. Best signing, they've gone with me again, Fonseca on a free. And best young player, Warburton. So we all agree, which is nice to see. Season in review, so we won the FA Trophy, won the Vanarama National League and went out in the 5th round, which was an amazing effort in the FA Cup. So what do the board want us to do next season? End of next season, finish in the top half of the National League. I'm confident that that'll be achievable, and they want us going for the playoffs for the next 3 or 4 years after that. So that's good. We've got a little bit of leeway there. So let's accept that and move forward. As for our budgets, actually, that's something we haven't looked at. So we're up to almost 2.2 million in the bank now. And actually, I say we try and go professional while we're live. Let's have a look. So we should be looking to turn full time to match the fitness levels of other clubs in the division. Seems fair enough. As much as we also would love the club to be professional, we cannot afford it. Boo. Oh well. So the transfer budget is going to be 1.33 million. And the wage budget is an extra almost £5,000. These two players here coming in are going to be like additional signings though. We got these at the end of last season, so they're actually on trial with us right now. And Gary Bowden scored 58 goals in 40 appearances. So I can't wait for him to sign full time. His attributes have gone up massively. Wilco Loshi, we're going to train him up as a right back, I think. As you can see, he's got well-rounded attributes across the board. So 25 goals and 37 assists from 37 starts is insane numbers right there. Right, boys, I think that about sums it up really for the season. So really good to see that we finished top of the league. We won the FA Trophy. We gave loads of clubs a run for the money, including beat Man United at Old Trafford. Absolutely amazing. And we're going to be joined by South Shields again, getting promoted. That's their second promotion on the bounce through the playoffs. So we'll be seeing our old enemy there. See if we can have another high-scoring match in that fixture. Right, boys, we'll leave it at that. If you want to try the tactic you saw today, you can do so. I'll leave a link for you, and that'll be a card at the end of the video. If you haven't done so already, please do subscribe, click the bell button, give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed the episode. That massively helps the channel, and I will stop boring you. We'll see you very, very soon with the start of season number 3 as Scarborough Athletic are playing in the National League. See you later.